Hey everyone, Pam Bam Richard here. Welcome back to Tales of Marathon Stream 3, Day 5. And essentially, we are now going to be moving on to the Ruins of Volt. I am being joined here by three lovely folks from the Maple Gel Guild, who also host the Maple Gel Con in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. They are Nikki, Leach, and Eric. Say hello, everybody. How's it going?
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Lovely to be here.
And we got a lot of fun times to go into with Eternia. 1/3 knows about Eternia. The other two, we are going to learn more about it. So let's get this going.
I'm excited.
Yeah. It's going to be good. I wonder how many of you all are very familiar with the dub of Eternia.
Oh, I am.
I got nothing.
All right.
I'm just excited to see Quickie.
Hey,
there's Quickie and his adorable little booty that you get to see sometimes.
I'm excited for some more context for who this fire boy is that's in my fire party in Christoria.
Oh, Reid, yes.
Yeah.
Well, Reid is the laid-back kind of hero. I like to say Farrah is more of the lead protagonist than Reid is. There's a very interesting dynamic between these cast members. And essentially right now, what we're going to do is that we have to figure out this puzzle right over here at the very beginning. Like, this dungeon puzzle at the outside is it's a little bit rough around the edges, or we can rely on our brute force party member here to break open the door and screw puzzles.
That for us.
Oh, Max.
Oh, Max. I wish I had this option for other Tales of games. Screw the puzzle, just use brute force. Let's go.
Oh my god, do you remember the Temple of Lightning in Symphonia and the Sorcerer's Ring puzzle that was associated with that? I would have appreciated a Max to help me get through that.
Well, I don't think...
Oh, he's a little burnt. He's a little crispy.
Let's be mindful of how he got burnt to a crisp, because we're going to be running to a scenario that's going to be a little bit of a cool gameplay implementation that we're going to see later on. But feel free to introduce yourselves and talk about your Tales histories while we go through this dungeon.
Leach, go first.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot there. I apologize, but I feel like a little bit of background would be lovely.
It turns out I've been volunteered. Okay. Yeah, I'm Leach. I, of course, oh my god, I'm tripping over my words as what's happening.
That's okay.
But I'm the panel organizer at Maple Gel Con, and I also do some artwork that I do for the Patreon and for, any kind of like little extras that we need. Or at least I do some of them. And I've been in Tales for a very long time. I've played most of the games. Everything that's been translated at least, or localized at least, excluding Tales of Hearts, because I never got my hands on PS Vita for the longest time. But yeah, I'm in deep.
You're like the Maple John expert.
Yeah. Oh, you've got chat with you. Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, yeah, we gotta get a huge showcase for all
She's
these
dead on the
characters.
ground right now, but
Well, baby steps. We just got chat after all, so it's gonna take some time for chat to get used to everything. But yeah, to bring Eric, Nikki, both of you up to speed, Chat and Max are optional characters, so I kind of want to give them as much screen time as possible if I can.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually it's always about Reid, Meredy, Farrah, and Keel, if those names mostly sound familiar. I know we're missing one of them right now, but...
The name Meredy does ring a bell.
Definitely Meredy. I've seen Leach cosplay as Farrah before.
Oh, I've also seen Farrah.
That's right.
Nice,
I always kind
nice.
of... Yeah. Eric, since you volunteered me, I'm gonna pass the torch on to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks,
Put you
Leach.
on the spot.
My name is Eric. I'm the coordinator of Maple Gel Con, and my Tales history starts way back in the days of Nintendo Power when Tales of Symphonia was being released. My brother saw an ad for it in my magazine. We got it for Christmas, and it's just sort of been all aboard the Tales train from there. I played Chilia, I played Graces. I'm currently playing through Berseria, Vesperia, and Zisteria. And I'm looking down right now at my Cresty, and I'm noticing, I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but there's Mecha Asbel that's available for the next 11 hours.
Oh my god.
Oh, really?
Is it only the next 11 hours? I was trying to grind up for some rules on that.
I'm gonna get him because I'm enjoying the fact that he has machine guns for hands and his eyes look like they're starry.
Alright, I'm opening Christoria.
Oh my god. But yeah, we're all super happy to be here, and you know, what a way to spend the weekend with just sharing the Tales love. Arise is coming out soon, and yeah, we're all super pumped.
Oh yeah. So I do apologize if this does seem a little bit on the spot, but I feel like it may be appropriate to learn about each and every one of you individually. How about you, Nikki?
So I am also, of course, on the staff of Maple Gel. I am currently the financial officer / volunteer and artist coordinator.
Ooh.
And like Leach, I've been in on staff since our very first year. And I've just passed my 10-year anniversary of Tales. It was like late 2010 that a friend kind of handed me Tales of Symphonia and said, just play it, I think you'll like it. And he was right. And so I have played all of the main series localized titles past Symphonia, and onwards.
All right.
Yeah. So it's these older ones that I never got my hands on that are left to figure out. Like now I've seen at least the anime of Fantasia. It's a start. I know that version of the story. So.
That very different version of the story.
I'm glad we're all in accordance there. Well, that's the thing with the OVAs. They tend to cut out a lot. Sometimes I don't know. I'm the type that doesn't usually watch anime adaptations that are completely straight adaptations. I like the ones that change things up a bit. Like the Eternia one, for example. How many of you all have watched the Eternia one?
Oh boy. Oh gosh, it's been a long time, but I made an attempt to get through the Eternia OVA. I think I had this was before I even played Eternia, so I was kind of expecting it to be more of a faithful adaptation, but it's more of a spin-off than anything else, isn't it?
Interesting.
Yeah. So, overall, while knowing that, how did you ultimately feel of it?
I'm not a huge fan of I should give it another try because I'm sure it I guess I was a little blindsided by how not in line with the main story of Eternia it was. So I was like, man, this was my chance to learn about Eternia, and I'm kind of I'm watching this giant filler episode.
That's a good way of putting it.
Which I'm sure if I gave it another chance, I'd probably find it very entertaining. Now that I know the characters and everything a little bit more, but it is very fan servicey, and I don't think I was ready for that when I first watched it.
It was a product of the times, I'd like to say.
It definitely was a product of the times.
So if I'd like to say that the OVA does give you a bit of a firm background of the characters at first before you play the game. So at least there's that.
Yeah, that is true.
And that's valuable. Even again watching the Fantasia OVA in that, of course I would love to actually play the games and experience that part of it. But when it comes to things being friends with other Tales people who have played different games and being in a con setting where like all I really need to understand is like the jokes people make and the answers in Tales Against Humanity. Like I need to get why that's funny and stuff like that. So as long as I know the characters, you're in a decent position socially.
As long as you, as long as you know that Cress likes to shout "Duh!"
See, and I get that one now.
But that's mostly in the OVA. But again, it's one of those things that like people that have seen it remember. But yeah, one little thing that I really enjoyed, and this is just like a tiny little detail, but I enjoyed this in the Eternia OVA, was that everybody, you can see them wearing their Ors earring.
Yes.
I love that little detail.
The Ors earring, to bring you up to speed, is that the Ors earring essentially is the tool that allows Reid, Keel, and Meredy Reid, Keel, Farah, and Meredy to understand each other, because Meredy is the one who crash lands into their planet, and they need to figure out how to understand each other. So that's why they found the earrings, and that's how they're able to understand. So it's a nice little touch that the anime had. So yes, definitely the OV for that. Regarding the anime side of things, Eric, do you have any animes that you recall going through with Tales and whatnot?
Zero. Like, I am so new to like the OVA world of Tales, and I wouldn't even know where to start. So maybe Eternia is going to be the one that I start with, or maybe not, because I think Leach will kill me.
Well, here's the thing.
Kill you? I mean, I feel Eric that you would enjoy the Symphonia OVA for sure.
Well, what's funny actually, so I was just recently rewatching some of the Symphonia. I didn't get through all of it yet.
We're not the only ones worried about
I was watching with my partner Chris as well, and we were sitting there like, how much did I forget about the story of Symphonia? Or is this OVA doing the same thing they all do? Like it seems
it does.
It
It does shorten it quite a bit, and it does like.
I don't particularly.
There's one part at the very beginning that's like, I won't spoil it for anybody, but it was one of those things where you didn't expect it to happen so quickly, and it just kind of happens, and you're like, oh, well, I mean, I don't remember that happening until the very late in the game, but sure, all right.
Yeah, so like he just kept being like, "Wow, I remember this game less than I thought," and I was like, "I don't think it's you. I think it's the anime."
Some executive decisions were made.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Creative decisions, I should say.
I guess would it be right for me to say that the most accurate, like as if it was like straight, a faithful adaptation would be Abyss? Because I haven't watched those ones, but because like I think the Abyss one
it is very.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty
close from what I recall.
Yeah, it also benefits from being like a full season's worth of 26 episodes, I think.
Yeah.
Whereas
not down into 6.
Fantasia got squished into 4 episodes, and then Symphonia was what was it? 12. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh, is that how long it is?
Yeah, 4 for Silverant, 4 for Tetheala, and then 4 for
United World, I want to say.
United World, yeah, I think that's what they call
Okay, I
it.
can commit myself to 12 episodes. I'll make some time and all. This game looks very, like, not knowing anything about Eternia, did anybody here ever play, like, the Lunar Dragon series?
I heard of that one, yeah.
Lunar Silver Star, Lunar Dragon, like, just the, so you're just, like, your character walking around the map. It sort of gives me those vibes. Like, it was an early DS title.
Oh, I was more familiar because like it came out on the PS1 as well because it got ported to the DS afterwards, if I recall. But yeah, it definitely emulates that style that you see from old school PS1 JRPGs.
I like it.
So if we're talking more about animes, anybody have any? Should I open this can of worms? How about Zestiria the Cross?
Oh.
Ow.
I
Oh.
didn't actually finish it. I've been meaning to because I ran into the similar frustration of it's not very close to the source material. But I almost like just seeing people react online to like the directions it took. It kind of made me more curious to pick it back up because I'm like, wait, did they improve some things? Did they take some of the things that I maybe didn't like about Zisteria and kind of play around with it? So I don't know exactly what happens, but I am interested in picking it back up.
Yeah, I watched it through a few years back, and to be honest, I don't remember exactly what happened either. I do remember it being different, and the biggest standout to me of why I liked it and appreciated what they did was that it was all about Alicia to me. So like she was a cool character that I feel like they kind of did dirty by just like dropping her after the first act of the game, and she didn't feel as important anymore as she really should have been. And I thought that in the cross they really gave her more time to shine, and they did more with the character, and I think that was a very good improvement that they took.
Nice.
I did enjoy the Berseria episodes of the cross, and like I remember I was gonna buy Berseria,
yeah.
Berseria and get into it at some point, but I wasn't one of those like I wasn't right away like a pre-order it right now kind of person. And then I was watching Zisteria the Cross and I was like, oh no, this looks so cool, I need to get this game now. It was also just gosh darn beautiful was the thing that I really took away from it. It was just gorgeous.
This is true.
Let's do it.
Yeah, like regarding Zisteria the Cross, I guess like the thing with that anime is that it certainly did create an intriguing field of responses, as you mentioned. So
It really did.
yeah. Once you brought it up, like, oh yeah, I remember the mentions. I'm glad I just waited until this year to watch it for the first time. And I gotta say, as one who doesn't like faithful game to anime adaptations, I was interested. I was okay with it. I thought it was amusing, to say the least. But that's with the animes and whatnot. Regarding favorite games, Eric, what would you say is your favorite of the series?
Oh, see. Oh boy. The challenge with this is that I'm technically playing 4 Tales games.
Oh, that's right.
I'm trying to get one. So like, it's a little tricky. I'm always gonna have a soft spot in my heart for Symphonia, just because there's maybe a handful of games that I have replayed over and over as many times as I've played Symphonia. I adore that game. I adore the characters in that game. The battle system is so smooth. Unison attacks are a ton of fun, but am I gonna stick with my gut here? I'm gonna say Symphonia. I'm gonna say Symphonia and not be indecisive.
That's what I would say for you if I had to aim for you.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, you haven't really gotten to the meat of those 3 or 4 games that you've been playing. So.
Okay,
No,
do you mind if I ask, why did 3 or 4 games are they at the same time, or like what's?
No, here's what happens.
All right.
Okay, how do I technically started playing Zisteria a year ago during Maple Gel Con's Extra Life stream that we did for charity. We do it every year, and we raise money for sick kids in Toronto. I hadn't picked it up in a while just because I had played it once, and in order for us to raise some money, we had some sort of like incentives to tip. So if you give money, we'll drink X amount. And so like I wasn't super sober when I played Zisteria for the first time. You had to hop into the voice chat, or else I was gonna kill the dog. I have no idea what that means. I do remember Alicia left the woods and someone handed me a knife and I just screamed, "Are we gonna kill this girl?"
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah.
Berseria, Nikki and I started playing it at Maple Gel Combine 1, and I just hadn't had a chance to touch it again. Thankfully, Leach's partner Malcolm and I have started picking it up again. Easily my favorite part of Berseria so far is when Velvet walks up to the shipping guild and she's just like, hey, can someone help me out? And someone cuts her off and she goes, damn dial!
Oh yeah, just
I wait with amusement that. And then Vespi I started playing for Maple Gel Combine 2, and I've been meaning to play that just because it's such an iconic game within the Tales series, and everybody knows it and everybody loves it, and I haven't had a chance to experience it yet, so I might not be taking the best approach by trying to play 3 Tales or 4 Tales games at once, but I'm doing my best.
Okay, I think I kept track of that properly. You got Zestiria, Berseria, Vesperia. What was the fourth one?
I'm technically counting Krusty, just because it's
okay.
Technically a Tales game, even though it's not like a console game, right? Are we counting Krusty? Let's count Krusty.
I mean, it has its own unique story, so I would count it.
Also, I just tried to pull Mech Asbel and I didn't get it.
Oh.
I try again.
I did one and didn't get it, but I'm not gonna do more than that because I think that Lunar Blade Guy is more important.
Oh,
This is
his summer yukata outfit.
Yeah.
Or
Nikki,
no,
I
sorry.
tell you what I named my all-water team.
With those adorable spectacles. Oh, tell them.
I named my all-water team the Squirtle Squad.
Oh, that's solid.
That's an old school. That's a throwback if I ever heard one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about you, Nikki? Which one would you say is your favorite?
I go Abyss on that question.
Nice.
They're all really good, and I haven't even played Abyss in years, but I kind of decided somewhere along the way that one was going to be my favorite, and so now the emotions are tied to it enough that even if I haven't played it in long enough, I can still talk about it for a very long time, and I can go back to any part of it and just feel it the way that I think all of us have one or two titles that we really feel more than the others.
Right. That's a good choice because a lot of people do generally really like Abyss and whatnot.
Good.
I remember when I first picked that up when it came out. I'm like, yeah, this really was good for me back then. Unfortunately, it did win a marathon vote for the last marathon stream. That was 7 years ago, and I ended up being really nitpicky. So I'll have to revisit that game one more time to reevaluate my thoughts a bit, because some things in the third act felt a little bit repetitive. But that'll be for another time, basically.
I think I know what you mean.
Yes.
A lot of the I'll just say that it's very good that they let you quick travel a lot in that game.
Yes.
Yeah, it might be. I feel like some of the older titles, Symphonia included in some ways, it's almost like a distance makes the heart grow fonder kind of situation. It's almost better that I haven't replayed it so much because the parts I love live in my mind and I forget the parts of it that are really annoying.
I would definitely add on to that. Please, the ignorance is bliss right now. It's good. It's good. Keep it. Hold on to it. Because if you're back there, I don't want you to hate your favorite game. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. Well, of course, ultimately it's up to you. Sometimes revisiting games does let you open things up, of course. So, tis up to you. But I remember when I used to really love this. Anywho, Leach, how about you? Which one would you say is your favorite then?
My favorite would have to be Tales of Fantasia.
Oh, of course. That's just I realized that now that I think about it. Yeah, that's a dumb question for me. But anywho,
there's people watching the stream that might not know. So
no, that's fair enough for those purposes.
I was like, Richard, you gotta know that my favorite is but it is Fantasia. I actually when you guys were still talking, I was like, I haven't played the SNES version, actually. I played every version that I could get my hands on. I played the Cross. I played the PlayStation version. I played the Game Boy. Obviously, the first, actually, I should say that Fantasia on the Game Boy Advance is the reason why I kept looking for and finding a new Tales game. Because before the Game Boy Advance port, I had only played Symphonia, and I had assumed it was a standalone game, and then we saw it. I was with my brother, and we saw it on the shelf, and I was like, why does this have the same kind of title as Tales of Symphonia? Like, why is it copying it? And my brother educated me, and he's like, oh no, listen, there's like a whole there's like at the time like 6 or 7 games, and I'm like, really? That's so many. And
wide-eyed Leach here.
And then he told me that it apparently took place in the same universe as Symphonia, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm sold. I'm getting this game. And I absolutely friggin' loved it. And I was like, okay, if every one of these games is as good as these 2 games, then like I'm just gonna get my hands on any Tales of title that I can get from now on, and that's exactly what happened. So yeah, like it's like I have a real big soft spot for that version of the game specifically. Typos be damned.
Hey, you know what? That's what a lot of us grew up with. So, like, before we started to learn more about the Tales franchise, like Fantasia, GBA, as much as it did certainly help. That's for sure.
Yeah, I just, whenever I think of like my favorite characters from the series, my favorite, so I'm watching you do this puzzle, and I'm like, oh god,
you're frustrated.
I wish I remembered the solution to this puzzle, but I forget it every time.
Oh my god, what is happening?
All right, so here's the puzzle.
I really understand the mechanics of this puzzle. Like, I'm so.
All right, we're gonna start off like this then. So here's an electric current. It starts off here at the bottom right corner. So when you flip the switch, you see all these lines along the way here. It will rotate it so that way it'll connect to the line over here. What I want to do... Yeah, they're just rotating. What I want to do is be on the right side over here, like to the left, so that I could get through the door because you can't walk past the electric currents when they're active. So... Oh, there you go. We got it.
There you are.
Okay.
But yeah, Tales of Eternia is all about these old school puzzles, basically.
Oh,
so
yeah.
If you, I mean, linearity in dungeon design for modern Tales of games, that's up to you whether you like them or not. But if you want to see like old school puzzles, this is where we're at right here. We are going in on these puzzles here with this game.
Oh my god.
To bring up Tales of Arise, one of the things that I remember them promising is that there's going to be more puzzles, and I'm excited because generally, like, you know, I'm kind of meh about dungeons that you're just kind of dodging enemies and or running into enemies, and that's about it. And enjoying the scenery. I remember I was not the regular ruins, but like the what were they called? The Empyrean ruins in Zestiria, were...
Oh, the trials.
Yeah, the trials. I was like, everybody was like, "What is happening? How can like this is so hard. Like why did they do it like this?" I'm like, this is so refreshing. I miss this.
Yes, same.
It's like, oh yes, send me back to the beginning of the dungeon. Do it again.
I had a different reaction. I was frustrated, but it's a good kind of frustration. But
yeah, it was like...
At the end of the day.
Oh boy.
All right.
I know where we are.
I had fun with most of this trial. The water one, I was in for like hours until a friend took the controller from me and did it. But most of them were good.
Oh, are you there yet, Eric? Like, how far are you in your Zesty playthrough? Oh, not too far, if I recall correctly.
Let's see. Story is the shepherd. He's turned into King Arthur. But I left the town. I fought a person at a lake, and now I'm bringing him back to town so he can oversee the lake.
All right. Yeah, there's still a ways to go, but once you get to the trials, you will get a feel for how this Eternia puzzle that you just saw goes. So you will get a moment to experience it.
Amazing.
Even
really
if it's not your thing, at least the music it slaps.
Oh yeah.
That's
sit there in silence and frustration and just listen to the music chill me out.
Absolutely, especially that water trial, because I mean, if you start to get real heated, real frustrated, then it's good to just like kind of sit there and listen to the harp and the piano and just like relax.
Good to know.
So here's Volt. Volt in the Eternia. By the way,
ridiculous. I love him.
The Melnix he says here is 765. 765 is the Melnix that he says here. I'm missing that in the thing, but it's a cool little reference. To those who don't know, 765, that's Namco. That's Namco in number form, basically, in Japanese.
Oh, that's amazing.
Alright, so Max
And-
here, yeah. He tries to use brute force, it doesn't work, and you know what happens because of that? In the battle, he ends up with 1 HP. So this is old school mentality right over here. Yeah. Thankfully, we have something to heal him, so we should be good here. But this battle here is going to be a little bit rough because we got to make sure that it's another aerial enemy here. We have a chat here with the POW hammers. Max can't do anything. Burning Force, unfortunately, only travels on the ground, so you gotta hope that he's lucky to hit him. And for Merity, she's just sticking with the Acid Rain and Freeze Lancer and heal, because we don't have fair in this team. And it starts off with Indignation and Hard, so good start, everybody. Bye, guys. It's been nice knowing you all. It's been very nice. So let's revive Max right over here.
Volt.
Oh, Volt.
Yeah, he looks ridiculous. I'm so in love with this design of Volt.
So
It's
fine.
angry. He's angry.
Yeah, the Eternia designs of the Kramos. That's the one thing I really like about this series. Like, whenever the spirits or Kramos come back, they're called Kramos in this game. Basically, they always have different designs. There's always something to look forward to whenever they come back.
Yeah, I don't know if I love or hate Gnome's design in this game. It's something else.
I'm gonna look up what Gnome looks like right now. I'm excited.
Please do.
Me might show up in this cutscene, we'll see. But yeah, you can look it up too.
I feel like the designer looked up a physical description of like a garden gnome.
That's exactly
And-
what this is.
And but didn't look at any pictures and was like, okay, I know exactly what to draw.
And it worked. I think I like it.
It's
He's got like
definitely
a-
funny.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
He's got a nightcap on, like he's going to bed.
Yeah, exactly. He's got the nightcap on. I mean, I think that.
You got him.
Oh yeah,
Nice
oh
one,
yeah.
Max.
You gotta get the Demon
I'm
Hammer
on
in
the-
with the Burning Force. But sorry, go
I'm
on.
on the wiki page for Gnome. And the gnomes from Tales of Destiny, they almost remind me of. Did anybody here play the Oracle of Seasons or the Oracle of Ages?
A little bit of that.
Oh yeah.
They sort of look like Sabrosians.
I didn't go that far, unfortunately.
Huh?
Oh, I didn't go that far into it, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's been a very long time since I've played those games.
Symphonia's Gnome is the best gnome. He has a bow on.
Yeah, he's pretty
I
great.
mean,
my
I
yeah.
really like the Shilia one. I like that gnome a lot.
Hang on,
he's
here,
very cute.
Which one's that?
The thing about Gnome,
Oh, him.
the thing about Gnome in Symphonia. Oh, jeez, I forgot about this attack. Yeah, bouncing mini volts. Let's go.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
We don't like that one.
We don't like that one at all. Anywho, Okay. It's time to get Celsius out. Celsius, one of the best summons in this game. Let's go, Celsius.
Yes.
Bring it forward. Oh, oh no, Meridy's stunned.
Oh no, she passed out.
Here we go. All the way to the other side and wave. Let's go. Blast wave, basically. Oh jeez. Oh no. This is a bad follow-up after that. Bad follow-up. Oh! Hi, Indignation. I guess Volt didn't really like Celsius showing up. Apparently, the two aren't really comrades after all. Okay, let's try to fix this then. Oh no. Let's get him on showing. Oh no.
Is it really a classic a PlayStation era Tales game if you don't have that one part of every boss battle where you're just menuing for like a solid like 2 or 3 minutes trying to get your party back to life?
It's a staple. It's a part of the identity of the old Tales games. I'd agree. Okay, let's get some more Demon Hammers in. So here's the thing, because like when we're talking about Gnome, I want to say like the thing about the Symphonia Gnome is like when you lose to him, I always remember he says, "Man, you guys suck," and I'm like, "Come on, come on."
Come on, man.
And iconic and just like everything I love about. But watching this boss fight sort of giving me an idea for when we can do physical Maple Gel Con again, because every year at Maple Gel Con we have an event called Rapid Dodgeball.
Oh yeah.
What if we switched out the Rapids for mini volts?
I mean, that's an idea. There's also it also reminds me of in Maxwell's when you use Maxwell in Tales of Fantasia, he has something kind of similar that he does. It's not as chaotic, but he just has giant bubbles that he...
Yeah,
well, I guess they're supposed to be molecules because he's the summon spirit of molecules. But they're very large molecules.
Yeah, I forgot he was the summon spirit of molecules. I used to like associate with matter at first, but yeah, I guess molecules is exactly what he's supposed to be actually.
Yeah. Well, it depends on which translation, like which fan translation you get. Which, the current one that I'm playing is the Fantasian Productions one, and he does refer to him as the summon spirit of molecules. I can't remember what the Game Boy Advance version between is. It might have been Matter.
Yeah, it might have been Matter. I don't know. It's been. I haven't touched the GBA version for a long time.
I mean, it would check out because I mean, like the lore behind in Zillia is that Maxwell is the Lord over matter because the 4 elements create all matter.
Yeah. I think that's an Exilia thing, that's for sure. Okay, this Volt fight, we're down to like maybe I want to say 16,000 HP, so we're about a fifth of the way left of this fight.
You back on your feet though.
Yeah, we just gotta make sure we don't get hit by Indignation. Indignation
Yeah.
is the one spell you gotta watch out for, and that's only exclusive to Volt in hard mode, so you gotta watch out for that.
I was gonna say I don't remember him using that on me, but that's because I'm not a hardcore gamer. I can't really do hard mode.
I understand. I used to. Honestly, I'm only doing this because like I need to redeem myself from previous marathons where my gameplay hasn't been that good. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try, and here we go. We're here already.
So far,
I mean, you're doing pretty solid.
Thank you. I heard people have been complimentary of it. It's not the absolute best, but it's a little bit better than what they saw years ago. So I'll take what I can get. I'll take what I can get. All right, so Volt right over here. We just gotta keep like watching out for him to not use those arts and not get hit by Indignation. Indignation is the big danger thing of this entire boss fight. And if he keeps using that art, then this is gonna be a bad time!
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Oh no!
This is gonna be a bad time. It's gonna be a really bad time. Where is that? Where is that? Where is it? Do I not have anything
you
for
have
this?
one?
I don't. No, I don't have one. You know what? Stun Charm would have been really good for this fight in retrospect. Oh, okay.
You've been spared.
No, no. Volt's like, no. Volt's like, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. All right. I guess we'll try again.
Those little chibi portraits are killing me every time they show up.
Oh, you're talking about these ones, right?
Yeah, on the save files.
Yeah, they're cute.
They're good.
Yeah. Let's see here. I need to reassess my strategy a bit. I think a lot of this is weak to water, so I need spread out. Acid rain we might need to turn off. So yeah. By the way, speaking of Eternia, this game with its summon spirits and whatnot, it does sort of borrow elements. Symphonia borrows elements of the summon spirits from this game into their game, I'd like to say.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the relationships, because there's Efreid and Celsius, Sylph and Gnome. I think it's the other one. Yeah, there's a lot of things that this game sort of sets up that Symphonia sort of draws inspiration from. So you might see some familiar elements here or there. Is what I'm trying to say.
Amazing.
Pardon me as I continue doing some menuing as I figure out how to deal with this boss. Let's see here. Regarding the Maple Gel Con, what would you say would be your most popular panels?
Oh, God. Leach, that's a you question.
Definitely. A lot of the games are very popular, like Pictionary or Tales Against Humanity, where it's just a lot of goofing, a lot of. I know that I've never actually done the dodgeball myself. I've always been busy with something else at the time. But I know that the dodgeball is a really popular one. I know the Tales of D&D tends to get a lot of attention too. Even just people that wanna just watch instead of play themselves, they'll crowd around the table and watch.
I would say Angelology gets a pretty good turnout too.
Absolutely.
Does it? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It really does. And the Sefaria Productions, their Autism and Tales panel also gets a really good turnout. And I hope that they decide to bring it back because they haven't done it in a little while. But when it was running, it was a very must see.
Yeah.
For a lot of folks.
Right. That's a very wide area of panels you mentioned there. Are those usually done by other fans essentially? Unless are there some that are staples that are done by you guys, the staff particularly?
Usually the games are run by us, unless it's something that's kind of out of our depth, maybe the D&D is usually run by one of the guild members who attends each year. Gar, he usually hosts D&D.
Okay.
And yeah, a lot of the discussion panels and stuff will be run by attendees, and we'll try and handle the games so that everyone can play who's attending.
Right.
And none of them have to worry about trying to host a panel like that. So that's usually what we take care of. Rapig Dodgeball did start out as a attendee panel, and then they weren't able to make it one year, and they gave us the go ahead to do it ourselves so that people could still enjoy it, because it was a really popular activity.
Yeah, I remember seeing that at BerylliumCoffee one day, and that was definitely a big hit for sure. That's the thing about like organizing panels, so it's like probably the most stressful thing, I'd like to say. But it does, like, at the end of the day, like, because you're doing it with other Tales fans, I think it does bring some fun to it because of that.
Yeah, it's definitely rewarding. Especially for, I feel like a lot of people who have never really done panels before feel a lot more confident to try it out at a con like ours, just because it's a smaller con. It's less. Oh, the good old Fenrir. Sorry, I just
no, it's
just
okay.
saw
It's
Fenrir
okay.
on the screen. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but our mascot Fenny is Fenrir, and we just call him Fenny for short. Because we were trying to think of what's something very Tales of that we can people might associate with up north, and we thought, maybe Celsius's pet wolf Fenrir. So
yeah, that's a good choice to make, because the most common thing about Canada and everything. I know. But yeah. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that this fight goes a little bit more smoothly, because I think the last time that took about like maybe 10 minutes, and then it was like lost progress, all progress lost. So we gotta make sure we do a little bit better, which I think we might be heading towards the right direction right now. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can keep this going. So, obviously we're all interested in playing Arise next, but if you were to go back and play any Tales of game that you'd want, that you have the opportunity, like like the Japanese is already translated, things like that, easily accessible, what game would you choose?
Who wants to go first? Because I have my answer right away.
Alright.
Okay, which of those... Okay, I remember one of the games that was never here. Which one had the segment where you play as, like, Mythos' party, the original, the four of them, with Martel?
That would be Tales of the Rays.
Yeah, that one. Okay, I want to play whatever that is that I never got a chance to.
Yeah, that's a very good choice. Especially, I think the event had to do with a particular wedding, and that's what I'm going to say about that.
Ah, yes. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot! The spark wave was on the other way.
No.
Anywho.
Oh, gosh.
Oh god.
It was the worst when you expect him to do the spark wave right in front of you, and then you like run off to the side, and that's where the spark wave shows up.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. See if we could get Mary to heal herself a bit. No, she just wants to stay in the front lines. Okay. Let's get a Milan shell in. Okay, let's see if we could. Is this a little bit too much of a high tense scenario to talk about, like looking back or something like that? I understand. Oh shoot! I gotta get them to go to the other side. Oh no!
Oh no!
Merity, let's get the lemon gel in. She barely made it. I need Tempest Strike though. That was totally the wrong art. I think that hit. Oh yeah, that hit. Good max. Okay. Okay, we need life bottle.
I love how just the way you said that made me think let's pat him on the head. What a good max you've been.
Good max. Get that burning force in, does 1,000 damage. Oh, we're close. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch though. Let's get a Panacea bottle in. Okay. Power Hammers. The Power Hammers really help because it stuns Volt, and it gives more of an opportunity to get a burning force in. Okay. Let's see the HP count. Just out of curiosity's sake. Oh no. 1,541. And that's it. Alright, we're good. We are good. All right.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
good 3 minutes. All right, so if you thought the boss fight was done, it's not quite yet because there's another part to this boss fight. And by other part, I mean we need to figure out why Volt is so sad. Thanks to Merity.
That wasn't being
Angel
sad.
questionable.
This is why we have, you know, the thing is about this... Max, who are you? I love Max. He's just so simple and just like learning things as we go. It's kind of like Reid, but a little bit more simpler. But yes, we learned that Volt here is in pain, and we need to figure out what is going on here. Again, the Malnix here translates to 765. Maybe he's just wanting to play the next Tails game, calling out the Nacos. But what we actually need to do is that, the theme of this dungeon is that we don't have Keel. I don't know, Keel is the intellect of the party. So, the fact is that Reid and Farah have to try to figure out this dungeon, and they're not quite sure what to do, so this is where Reid, like, he examines the shiny thing that you can clearly see, and, basically what we have to do for the hint here, we need to remember these symbols, because these symbols are basically what we need to make Volt feel better. So, we activated that switch. The switch has these 3 roulettes going, so you gotta like stop and play slot machines.
Oh god.
Okay, so we gotta remember where the first one is. How did it look like again? I think it was... Actually, I need to check. No, that's not right. That's not right. This one, I think is... you gotta stop like 1 or 2 before to get the reel working. And the thing is that it's out of perspective, so you gotta make sure you can understand the symbols while staring at it. So, I want to see if I can get this right here.
I always try and equate the symbols to some kind of like real world object. Like the last one kind of looks like a grabby hand.
Yeah.
Or a bowl maybe. The second one to me kind of looks like a swan or something.
Yeah,
I
it
was
usually
thinking
helps.
of a bowl personally.
The first one is kind of like, I don't know, like a sword?
A little bit, a little bit.
Ow!
Let's see here. No, I got it wrong by a bit. Anyway, the thing is that thankfully this game is a little bit forgiving here, so if you got one right, it will stay there. So you just work with the other 2 symbols that you don't get. So this one stays, because I got that one right. So it's a little bit forgiving compared to other scenarios that this game can put you through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Alright, let's see
At least
here.
the other characters don't get frustrated and do the puzzle for you.
Cough, cough. Oh yeah. I can give 2 examples.
For a long time, I didn't think you could actually solve that puzzle by yourself, and then I realized that it makes you try 30 times.
We're thinking about the same one,
before-
right? Fantasia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it 30 times? I think it's 30 times that you have to fail it, and then Mint and Klaus just take pity on you and do it for you.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a rough time, basically. It's like I'm trying to do it with Archie. The thing is that Archie keeps moving so fast that it's hard to keep up. It's like, can you slow down a little bit? Just an easy bit.
She doesn't know how to walk because she's always using that broom.
Well, you know what? I never thought of it. No, I mean, you gotta walk a little bit, but I hear you. I hear you. Why is this last one hard to get? Okay. Now. No. It was the one after it. Okay. This is the last one that's left. Okay, we got the first 2, and the last one is... Okay, I think it's the one with the hook that I have to... Okay, yeah. Alright. Nope, it's the one after the hook. Okay. We should get it now, and... There we go. Okay, we're done.
Hey!
Let's get this over with. Yeah.
Great.
Sure!
Let's go. Well, blow me away.
Well, he did twice. Oh, so here's the thing. We got the Inferior ones,
Efreet, Sylph, and Undine summons the one on the left known as Rem, the Spirit of Light. On the right, if we get the 3 ones of Celestia, we get the governing Kramel of Celestia, Shadow, Dark. So, cool thing is, it's like, we're currently in Celestia, the second world, which is like how Symphonia has the second world. Here with the Shadow, he's going to give us a gift known as Excalibur. It's just another weapon. Essentially, but in the first part, Rem gave us the Sorcerer's Ring, so it's kind of like a shout-out to what happened at the beginning of this game. And Max here, he wants to be king. He just can't wait to be king. So, essentially, what we have to do now, we now have the 3 spirits here of Celestia, this world. We're going to be going to assault the castle that the current antagonist has. That antagonist goes by the name of Belir, who was some kind of traitor in the first world, to give you guys a bit of background with regards to what's going on.
Oh, we love storming the gates.
Sorry, what was that?
I said we love storming the gates of an antagonist castle.
Yeah, it's a very common thing. It's a very common thing. Well, actually, you know what? How often do we, like, storm castles in Tales games? Like, every now and then, but I guess there was one in Exodia.
If we can't human ranches as castles and fortresses, we do it quite often in Symphonia.
Oh, right.
Fortresses, yeah.
That is a little bit of a stretch, but I see where it's coming from.
Alright, gonna get ourselves a camp here. Gotta get ourselves a nice heal. Ah, Tales of Eternia. This game is so short. I was worried about... I think I'm still like in a good pace right now to get this done in 3 days, because this game is really, really short, because it's an older game. Like, getting it done in 3 days shouldn't be an issue. Unlike Vesperia. Vesperia is a beautifully long game. Fantastic. Yeah. So long that I wonder how long they could keep talking. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just want to hear about where we're gonna go next. After 10 minutes, I want to hear where we're gonna go next again. Anywho, we're done with the Ruins of Volt. Let's push on forward here. All right.
Oh yeah, just in case you forget where to go.
Yeah. Speaking of which, they also have skits here that can tell you where to go as well if you press select.
Once we're finished here, we'll return to Tentia.
Oh, nice.
There you go. It's like the first actual time we kind of get skits in the game, but they only just leave the navigational skits. They don't have actual skits, basically.
Demon Hammer.
Yeah.
Still seems helpful.
Yeah. Alright, let's get this going here.
I love the way that like the magical arts look in this game.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good. Like, I think that's the thing. Like with the 2D games, the way that they present the spells is just on point. Like, you played through Narcoon Judging Cross, Leach?
I actually, so I don't think I ever got to Narikiri Dungeon Cross. I know my brother was playing it, and then while he was playing Narikiri Dungeon, I was playing Tales of Pantasia Cross, and we were just kind of like trading the information on it. Like,
oh, okay,
what,
okay.
Oh, what happened that was different? Oh, it was this, this, and this. And like, I don't think I ever got to Narikiri Dungeon Cross because there must have been a new Tales game that came out that I just like I kind of forgot about playing.
Fair enough.
It didn't help that we got it like right as it was released, and so there wasn't a translation for that version. So it's not like we could play along. We just kind of had to. Neither of us knew Japanese, but we were definitely buying stuff from overseas because we were that far into it. We also got Tales of Innocence when it came out.
Oh, the DS one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this ship here, we're going into Van Eltia. Van Eltia is provided by the little girl that we had in our party, Chat. She's a descendant of Ifrid, and she has a ship called the Van Eltia.
I think this is the first game that mentions or has Ifrid in it, isn't it?
Oh.
Yes, I'd like to say so.
Wow.
Because I don't think Destiny or Fantasia ever mentioned Ifrit or in any way, shape, or form. I think Fantasia has some kind of like treasure hunt that some person left, but that's as far as the Ifrit you're gonna get. This is the official first Ifrit.
Yeah. This is also the first game that has the Wonder Chef as well.
Yes.
Now that I think of it, because I was thinking like, because in Fantasia and I don't remember if Destiny had him, but I know in Fantasia they had like there was just a legion of really enthusiastic chefs who really wanted you to introduce you to their world of flavor, and it was just like it was like a weird cult of chefs, but like. And there was one robot chef that apparently was part of their little organization.
One robot chef?
There was a robot chef in Thor, which is the underwater city.
Oh, right.
Yeah!
I forgot of... Oh, jeez.
Yeah! It was so random. But, this is the first time he, like, took on an identity of the Wonder Chef.
Yeah, the Wonder Chef first appears here. Also, the jingle that you hear when you see a Wonder Chef is the same jingle that they use in Tales of Vesperia. So it's like Vesperia's shout out to the old game whenever you pick up a Wonder Chef.
With their Megane chef.
I
never really understood why he throws his glasses off every time you run into him. Like, it's not like they're sunglasses. They're his prescription glasses that he wears. Like, what's the deal, buddy?
Just wants to show off. Sometimes you gotta carry like a box of glasses with you to just look cool. Like, I mean, there's no other way around it.
Carry with his scabbards.
Yeah, there was just the game of throwing things away.
Yeah. Let's see here. I think I gotta buy some ingredients before I go. Speaking of cooking, yeah, definitely need to buy some ingredients before I go, because we're gonna be going to night before scene sort of deal. Do you all know what I mean by night before, basically? Like, there's the one moment in the Tales game where it's like, alright, let's just reflect about our adventure.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna be running into that very, very soon. Let's see here. I was kind of absorbed by the Volt fight guy. I completely forgot what I was gonna ask previously. But anyway, I think we got everything here. Sweet Parfait would be lovely to have, because that restores a lot of TP. Oh yeah, games. Like, which game would you want to play that you would have complete access to without any, like, translation modes or something along those lines? Like, Eric, what would be your game to, like, go to right away?
Honestly, probably Tales of Reid, just because there's a couple characters in there that I'm already familiar with, so I feel like I'd have a bit of a jumping off point already.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good choice. The thing about Tales of the Reid, it's like, it's a crossover game where it uses, like, the characters from their canonical upbringings, as opposed to some other crossovers where it's like, they have these different backstories, which aren't exactly the same as what their games are.
Yeah, that's always kind of weird when you're like, I know you, but this is not what I know.
Sorry. Farrah
That's
just
okay.
being very rude to Max.
Well, we got Max's equipment, but yeah, like, I think I remember the one where it's like in Radiant Mythology 2, like Luke and Ash were brothers. Like, that was kind of
that's right.
And...
Yeah, that was a little.
Yeah, certainly something.
Interesting.
Yeah. Alright, so here's our fourth party member, the one who's supposed to be joining with us. The main team, basically. He's here helping out with the Cramo Cannon in order to gain us access to the castle we're about to raid. And I like this next segment. I love the next segment that's going to come up next. Because we're going to be using this cannon. We're going to put this cannon to good use.
Oh, yes.
If this was done in any modern Tales game, I would give it like 10 out of 10. Best game, like all the best to it.
I remember when they were just like the early stages of the news about Berseria. I was so because they mentioned the Von Altia, and I'm like, oh, are we gonna be able to do that? But alas, you just kind of use it. You just kind of use it to go place to place.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because like they did bring back the Van Altia, which was kind of cool, but then like what we're about to do next, I don't think the Van Altia and Berseria can do.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't think you can equip it. Like, I know I'm kind of building this up a little bit. I'm kind of like losing the timing on this because this is technically a night before scene, so we're gonna be seeing it when we wake up the next morning. So we're gonna get a hotel coupon. Thank you, very much appreciated. And we're gonna do some exploring and essentially go to bed afterwards. Tales of Eternia. So let's see here. I guess we'll climb up here. I don't think there's anything we have to get down here.
I mean, you could probably say hi to Dee Dee.
Oh yeah. We gotta say hi to the mascot of this place.
Oh.
Where are we at?
We like a mascot.
I love her. I love that she's very stringent about her cheeseburgers.
Oh my god.
And how they're made.
I kind of get reminded of the mascot you guys have. Like the mascot that you said was like related to Fenrir.
Oh yeah.
We also have a new mascot. Leach, did you want to talk about our new mascot?
Yes. Because I guess even though like longtime Tales of fans kind of get the reference, some people were getting a little confused that we had a wolf as our mascot when we were a JRPG convention. So we thought it was time that we gave Fenny a friend, and so we brought in Bastion, who is they're kind of like a hero type. So they're like a Tales of protagonist, but they're the Maple Gel Con protagonist. I mean, you've seen my icon on Discord. If other people have seen my icon on Discord, that is an icon of Bastion. For those who kind of want to get a feel of what they look like.
Okay.
And yeah, we've been really excited just to...
Chiram is here in chat. Giving a heart for Bastion.
Oh, Bastion.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
Everybody during Con Line 2 was calling them Bastion. So that was interesting.
Alright, let's see. What am I supposed to do?
Oh yeah, gotta check for those lens.
Yeah, definitely check the lens. Like, this game has reference to Tales of Destiny as well with that. What am I supposed to do? I'm up here. Wait, is this the right room? Do we get the super suite? No,
Yeah,
wait.
you do. You get the deluxe suite.
Right. I'm so used to the guest room, because guest room is where like you're normally supposed to sleep, but Shaleska's got the connections. They got the hookups.
Wow, this is really something.
Alright, I'll let you guys hear the dub for the first time.
Feels great.
Wookie! Meridy's a bit sleepy. Can I sleep?
Oh, sure. Good night. What's wrong with Meredy?
Meridy's so
She
cute.
seemed a bit down.
She's nervous. Thinking about tomorrow makes even me.
Wow, what a view. I can see the whole town. Once tomorrow's battle is over, let's stay in this lavish suite again.
Oh.
All of us, together.
Yeah, let's do. I want to be well rested for tomorrow. I'm going to bed.
Oh, this is actually a pretty good dialogue.
Things have come to a head and all I can feel is fear. Can't even spare a thought for the others.
Look, even I haven't stopped shaking. Any sane person would be afraid. All right, I'm going to sleep now.
These
Simple but to
characters,
the
like-
If
point.
Lear hits us with 100% of his power, we'll take him on with 400% of ours. Isn't that what fighting with friends is all about?
The calculation is a bit simple, but you're right.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I was just thinking about like these characters because Nikki and Eric, you probably wouldn't know this right off the bat, but these characters, they're all childhood friends, at least Farah, Reid, and Keel. And Keel has been separated from Farah and Reid for some time, but they all essentially knew each other as children.
Reid, what are you doing?
Oh geez.
Get over here.
Reid's just having a
Reid,
flashback
tell
dream
me,
here, I guess.
Did you go to Regulus Knoll?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Don't go to Regulus Knoll. Don't go to Regulus Knoll.
That never stops them.
Listen, stay inside.
Never does.
Father will return later.
Oh yeah, I forgot his dad's name is Bits.
Father, don't go!
It's my fault.
All
My-
my
Uh-oh.
fault.
My fault.
Father! Father!
So the voice actor of Reid is the same voice actor as like Sly Cooper games later on. So this is where he kind of got his start.
Wow.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Like
But
it's
yeah,
like
I was just- I
Kevin
was-
Miller.
Oh yeah. I was just admiring how well these characters kind of interact with each other and bounce off each other and kind of are emotionally in tune with one another. And it's just it's heartwarming and also heart-wrenching at the same time.
Yeah, there's something about like a smaller cast where they essentially allow them more to breathe, basically. And this game's cast is definitely like on the shorter side, where technically while we have 6, it only really focuses on the main 4. So it definitely gives them a lot of time to like grow and have moments like this.
Can't sleep?
Reid!
I couldn't sleep either. A dream about my father woke me up.
Your father is not here?
Yeah, he and my mother died when I was 2 years old.
Mother and father not here. Like Farah.
And Meredy.
Hey, Reid?
Hmm?
Does Reid have memories of father and mother?
Usually I don't think about them much. It's sad, but my memories have faded with time. But sometimes I feel them. Warm, calm, like a light, always protecting me. So I guess those are my memories. I don't really get it myself. Hey, why are you so quiet? You're making me blush.
So are those memories?
Huh?
Reid's memories. Meredy understands. Warm and calm inside? Meredy has them too. So those are memories.
Meredy?
All right. Let's go back.
I'm glad we had this conversation. Let's go to bed now. All right.
Meredy is so sweet, but she's also very not good at sharing her inner thoughts very much.
I like to say that she hides them in Melnick's. Let's see here. So, yeah, that's a bit of a taste of the cutscenes. So what do you all think? Eric, what do you think?
I'm very excited to storm the gates.
How about you, Nikki?
I'm excited for everybody to come back and stay again when they're all done.
Boring.
All right, so this is going to be the giveaway portion of for those who may be tuning in for the first time. If you want to know the rules about the giveaway, visit bit.ly/TOMS3 giveaway. Uppercase for TOMS, lowercase for giveaway. You'll have 40 minutes to answer the question for a reference point. But essentially, the question, you got to follow the link on screen starting now. What is Max's first art? All right. Now we're going to head off to the Van Eltia, and we're ready to destroy things. And I keep forgetting where the Van Eltia is right after this. It's like, it's not outside. It's not over there. It's all the way here. But you were saying? Oh, actually, Wonder Chef.
Oh, here we go.
There you go. There's the jingle. Broiled sandwich. All right. Look. Got it all. But yes. Before the Wonder Chef came in, what were you about to say there, Leach?
Oh, I was just about to comment on how this city, I always had a hard time finding the the dock.
Yeah.
Or the right dock that you're supposed to go in.
I hear you. Yeah, like, that's why I make sure to put notes, and even then my notes haven't really helped me too much at the end of the day. Alright, so this next part is definitely gonna be fun. I like to say it's fun. I love these moments that happen in these old games. Let's get Operation Invade Belir Castle going.
Woo!
Whoa. This guy, grind Belir to the ground. Oh man.
I love. We just found this guy that really, really wants to usurp the throne, and we're like, well, we don't like the guy on the throne, so let's just let him in our party.
Let's let him do this thing. Yeah, I like Max, especially when you learn more about the side quests with him. Like, you kind of like uncover the I feel like his hidden deaths are much more interesting than chess. But anywho, it's time to battle.
This looks so Mad Maxy, it's ridiculous.
Well, enemy sighted. Let's get ready for Naval Battle.
Yes.
It is time. We gotta destroy the enemy ships.
That's all we have to do.
Yeah. Reid's gonna.
Just break everything.
Reid's gonna head forward with the steering. So, oh, too bad Max didn't do it. But in any case, here is our naval battle for Tales of Eternia. This is one of my favorite parts of the game. Anything when Eternia does this, we gotta rotate to move our ship. We gotta press X to charge our laser and X to fire. And we can also use our charge to dash as well. We gotta be mindful of our power gauge. We gotta be mindful of our shield gauge. And we have our map to see where our enemies are. Let's do this. Fire away. Oh, I missed. It's been a while. Actually, I think is that one of ours? No, it's not one of ours. They're all enemies. Let's go. Take them out, one at a time. How about this one? Boom, just like that. Just a big one. It's out of there. How about you?
It's always great when you get two at a time. It feels so awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Ready to fire? All right. Rinse and repeat. And bye-bye if you get hit.
All right.
Oh no! Side missiles. Watch out! Watch out for the side missiles. And that's it for the naval battle. Mission complete, everybody.
Ooh. Damn.
All the way to Belir's castle. Here we go.
I'm surprised Keel didn't get sick with all that spinning around.
Yeah, maybe he got used to it by now. That's a very good point. I mean, because last time it was just he did get seasick too, but maybe he was just so full of vigor and ready to assault.
Ready to assault.
Ready to assault the castle.
Yes. This is also another pre-rendered old-school PS1 cutscene right over here as we are charging our lasers and firing the cannon. Let's do this thing. I love these cutscenes every single time they show up, and they look so much better on the PSP compared to back then, because like they're not as compressed.
Oh yeah, yeah. And on the PlayStation version, it's very pixelated.
Yep, very pixelated. Wait, Max, where are you
Still
going?
Awesome.
Still awesome, still awesome. But I appreciate the improvements that happened here, that's for sure. Alright, see ya, Max. You go conquer the throne now. You got this. Alright, we're now stuck with the original 4 again. See if we can pick up an item over here. Good old lens for Tales of Destiny.
Oh, I didn't know about that lens.
Yeah, there's a lot of lens, like, all around this. Like, I don't even think I've found them all either. It's just, they're everywhere here. 7,700 to sleep? No thanks.
Yes.
No thanks.
I'm sorry,
That's a
dude.
lot.
Why are you trying to make a profit off of
Off of this time.
Yeah, man. We're at war, sir.
We gotta do this.
Tent.
Alright. What do we need here? We need this robe? Maybe. So thankfully, Eternia is also one of those old games where it's okay to sell your old stuff. It's okay to sell them. Like, compared to modern games where you kind of want to keep your equipment, here it's not so bad. You won't get penalized as much. Let's see. Start selling some stuff over here. Let's get rid of... the unfortunate thing is because it's an old game, things aren't particularly organized well. So it's hard for me to find, like, my armor and my weapons and things like that sometimes. Like, it starts off with the accessories and it goes down from there. Amber cloak, bloody robe. I guess we get rid of the chat bag. Oh, we should bring chat along, huh? Actually, no, I don't think chat would help us out here. Not this time, not this time anyway. Yeah, sadly. Let's see what else we got to pick up over here. Maybe get rid of... which one's cheap? I guess I could get rid of the ruby one. Arc Wind we don't need anymore. That's like an Act 1 item. Flambridge Trident. Oh, I don't think we got to your answer, Leach, with regards to what game would you play if it wasn't... Yeah.
And I know that there's various projects that are looking to do a fan translation, and there's a possibility that it might actually get localized. But I'm just so impatient, and I really just wish that I could just pick up Tales of Destiny Director's Cut and play it right now, because I've played Destiny several times, and I know that I'm missing out on so much.
Yeah.
That being said, I've learned from some friends that have played the director's cut, and you know, they know enough Japanese that they can understand it, that there are some things in like the original that aren't in director's cut, that I'm a little like, oh, that's too bad. For instance, the bit of the story where you're back at home and
Oh, really? You don't have that there?
No, they don't. It's a completely different. It's a completely different little side quest that you have. Well, it's not a side quest because you have to do it, but it's a little filler quest, I should say. But yeah, I love that one so much, where you're sent to go buy fish for dinner.
Yeah.
And the fishmonger is out of fish, and you know that your sister's gonna be really upset if you don't bring fish home. So you just straight up
No, I think like
stick your hands in the river and grab a goldfish and take it off.
I think the thing is though, Leach, that segment of the game, it could go any way. Like you could go all the way as far as the city and pick up a fish.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a very non-linear section, so you could like choose to do that, or you could like go as far as like across the boat, and then it'll be like, why did you go all the way there for a fish? Or, well, this fish is big. It's like there's so many different possibilities with that particular part of the game. It's so good.
I had no idea. I guess I was really channeling my stan when the fishmonger suggested that I go get fish from the river, because that's exactly what I did. I just went straight to the river and picked up a fish with my bare hands and delivered it to me. It was still alive.
Hey, you know what? Like you said, it's on brand for Stan, so you know it's okay. It works out. It works out. Yeah, it's too bad DC doesn't have that. That's unfortunate. I haven't gotten around to playing DC either, but I'll get to it eventually. I'll definitely get to it eventually. All right, it's time to raid Belier's castle, and this is yes. Woo! This is definitely one of my more intriguing themes because it kind of like builds up anticipation for once we get here. To the finish line, of course. The king who rules all of Celestia. Alright, I don't remember too much about this dungeon being ridiculous. You just gotta be mindful of, like, because it's an old school 2D game, you gotta be mindful of, pieces of the environment that are actually paths, but they don't look like paths because they kind of expect you to explore. So, be mindful of that.
Yeah, that's the thing that always gets me.
Yeah, same here. Like honestly,
like, I explored every option. No, you didn't. Apparently, there was this part of the wall that you could just click on, and it opens up.
Pretty much. These old games. Like Destiny 2 got me. Like when I was on like a ship, and then like I couldn't figure out where to go, and then like there's like a small bit of the room where it's like, oh, you get to go outside from here. It's like, really? I spent 10 minutes here figuring out where to go, and apparently you got to go through there. It's just, it's ridiculous.
There was one moment, and this is Tales of Vesperia, so this isn't even an old school 2D game, but I remember, even with both my brother and I trying to figure it out, we could not get through. Oh gosh, it was the fortress, the moving fortress, and there's a ladder. There's a ladder that's partially obscured by the scenery, and if you look at the scenery from a certain angle, you can see it, but you can't see it at certain other angles, and. It took us a month to find this ladder.
Oh, a month?
Yeah, and the thing is, it was right after the game came out, so GameFAQs didn't have any answers.
Oh no.
Throwback.
That was the 360 one, right? The 360
yeah.
one? Oh no.
Yeah.
What is it with the... I'm trying to remember which dungeon you're talking about. The moving fortress. Is it... Oh, I know. I know now. Yeah, I see. That one I get so lost into. Like, if I didn't have a guide, I'd be really, really lost every single time I replay it. Oh, dungeon. Okay, got some demon hammers around. Oh, geez. I think this might not be a good fight for us. So, Tales of Eternia is a good time to run.
Oh, that... I don't like that attack pattern.
Yep.
With the zombie ripping its face off and biting you with a bare skull.
Oh my god.
That's so unnecessary.
And they certainly went all out in old games. Let's see here. Let's go find... Where's the... There's a seafood pasta. Who's gonna prepare it? 60% HP. Yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
I like the recipes here because like they really give you... Oh. It's fake.
Oh,
should
no.
I fight this fake? I think I should fight this fake.
Yeah, let's fight it.
Alright. Let's go. The thing about the fakes here is that they do a lot of damage like a lot of other fakes, but they're poison, so it becomes a timer battle in a sense. gotta make sure you survive long enough before the fate gets to 1 HP, and then you hit it once.
Stalagmite.
So it's a little bit more kinder compared to other fake battles in other Tales games.
Stalagmite.
Interesting.
You gotta move around and survive. As Reid walks around with his walk animation. Alright, so he's just cruising. He's just cruising around. It's all good. It's all good. Just chilling. With the Freeze Lancer and Stalagmite. You gotta rock after all, while you chill. You rock and chill. Oh, well, Merity doesn't agree. Well,
She's chilling too hard.
yeah, chilling too hard right now. So, how are the impressions of Eternia, Eric and Nikki? How is it? What do you got? What do you all think? Oh,
Nikki,
no.
you go first.
I mean, I'd still really like to play it. Like, I'm liking what I see so far.
Hold on.
It seems like, you know, there's it's got, of course, the older 2D aesthetic, but I get the impression that it's very playable. Some of the older games, it's like difficult to get through because of the controls or what have you. But this is looking like a very playable game to me.
Okay. Well, I'm glad this is sort of convincing you to give it a shot, because Eternia is a really short game. Like, it shouldn't take too much time out of your schedule to work it out compared to other Tales of games. Like, it has that sort of thing to it, essentially, because I'm still trying to space this out over a 3-day period, and I'm still struggling to get it in, like, in terms of its length. But yeah, I'm glad that this is sort of helping with that.
Yeah.
Demon hammer. Stalagmite.
Eric, your thoughts?
Your
If I
impressions.
didn't already have 4 Tales games on the go, I would be looking at giving this one a try.
Fair enough. Time is of the essence, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
thankfully you know somebody who has a copy of it. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
That's like on the PS1, right? You still have your PS1 copy?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, I'm very grateful that I got it back when I got it, and not when it was $200, and not now when it's like $300 or more. I think the last quote I've heard was 300 US, and
Wow.
I got mine for 160 plus tax, so 180 or something.
Wow.
Yeah, that price isn't gonna get any smaller, unfortunately. You're gonna have to, unless it gets support. Unless
Yeah.
it gets support.
I don't know how much the PSP version goes for, though.
Finding that out right now.
I do have a PSP, so I'm interested in that number.
Okay, Tales of Eternia on the old Amazon. We got for PSP it is 119.
Okay. How
That
about
is
EA?
collectible, very good. And then I'm seeing a lot of books.
Tales of Eternia book?
Are you looking for?
Or like the game?
Are you?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The thing is, you might need to search Tales of Destiny with a Roman numeral 2.
Oh yeah, Tales of Destiny II. That's right.
Oh,
I keep
okay,
forgetting
there-
about that phase.
Because unfortunately, the word Eternia in English is copyright protected by He-Man Masters of the Universe.
The thing about that one, I heard about that story too, but then I looked at an interview by the localization director, and while it could be a part of the copyright thing, apparently the localization director said that, we want to keep it similar to like Final Fantasy, because like Tales of Destiny was the first game to come out, so they did Tales of Destiny II. But then, and it worked. It got people to play it, but the problem is.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, because I don't recall where I heard the He-Man story, so it's just kind of been what I've believed for this amount of time. But that honestly, That makes more sense.
Yeah. No, I understand. I used to think like that a lot too, because like it was just such a common story that was brought around the circles. But then eventually I looked into it one day. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, but thankfully they stopped after Symphonia. Maybe Japan was like, no, don't do a Tales of Destiny 2. We'll show you what Tales of Destiny 2 is. And basically that's the rest is that.
I mean, they did kind of do it like Final Fantasy, where they kept wrongly naming sequels in the English version.
Oh no, it's another fake. What's going on here?
What?
Uh-oh.
More than one fake in a dungeon.
Price is
That's
rising.
just mean.
This really is.
Eruption.
I'll be honest, it's kind of rare in this game though. Like you don't really see too many fakes in this game. But in later games, oh, definitely you see it a lot. That's for sure.
Eruption.
Oh, Meredy. Wrong way, Meredy. Okay.
Meredy is very brave. It's
Sonic Blade.
Air thrust.
it's not a good trait to have as a caster.
You're a couple games too early until you could get some melee capabilities there, Meredy. Couple games early for that. All right. Again, I do like these fake fights because they're all just like timer based, but yeah, it does lead to some unfortunate scenarios if they don't know how to defend. Also, I keep forgetting to use commands. Commands are important, so see if they can have them defend.
Sonic Blade.
All right, fire through.
Swarm.
Just waiting around. Yeah, let's hop along with Meredy here. There you go. Oh, okay. Move towards the other side. And let's keep.
Yeah, somebody's
around
gotta.
here. Oh no! This is the one thing that's an issue. If you leave the fake to breathe, this is what happens.
Uh-oh.
And it's an instant death. So you want to make sure that you keep it distracted. Unless it's gonna insta-cancel it again, like now. Let's just stop that. Thank you.
Oh, you saved her life.
Yes. You gotta make sure that our mages are well protected. Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. How's our skills going right now? Okay. Maybe we should get some TP going, because we're gonna be running to a boss fight soon. It's just standing there menacingly, but we should be able to do fine. Somebody cook. Thank you. We should pick this up here, and I think we have one more bit of armor to pick up. Or no, we don't.
Or maybe.
No, we don't. Yeah, maybe later. Okay, we should run for this because we just healed and everything. Maybe try the other side? Let's try the other side. Good idea, good idea. Okay. Keep on pushing forward and make sure we just let our mages die in this one because it'll be okay. After the battle, they'll be revived. Alright, let's get some lives going on here. Get some extra lives. Yeah, resurrection is life here. No, actually, no. Resurrection still exists in this game. Life is like the Farah art, because like Farah is also your healer. So if you remember Tales of Symphonia Regal, how he plays, he has like healing moves and stuff. Farah was the one to initially start off with that. Like she was the one to have healer, and the thing with that is that like with healer, it's very much, it doesn't matter how far you are, the healer will work fine. But for some reason in Symphonia they added that, where honestly I think they really shouldn't have, because it makes healer a bit of a waste of a skill at the end of the day. But yeah, like Farah's basically a prototype or 2D Regal, because she fights really well in this game. Much better than Reid, I like to say personally.
Yeah, I enjoyed playing as Farah on my first playthrough. Because admittedly, I saw that Reid was another 3-weapon battler, and I was like, I don't want to juggle weapons so much.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Reid with his 3 weapons is that they more so just help with like stab boosts, like compared to like Yuri, when like Yuri just goes really slow with axes and not so slow with swords. Or was there another character that I'm like misremembering?
Cress also used 3 different types of weapons. That was more like a slash versus thrust thing. Like
Right.
if you used more, like if you used techs that, if your favorite techs were ones that were like slashy, then you wanted to have an axe or a pole axe, then whereas if you like the stabby stab, then you want to have a sword or lance.
Yeah.
And if you like to be right up against the enemy when you're fighting, you don't want to have a polearm, because I make that mistake very often where I'm like using techniques and not hitting the enemy because it's literally too close to me.
Yeah, it's such an old school Fantasia mentality right there. Okay, well, this boss fight is going well so far. So the Spiral here, we got 1 Spiral, 4 escargots. Those you gotta take out right away, or else it's gonna keep poisoning your party. And the Spiral should be an easy boss afterwards to deal with, because all you have is just like 1 art where it spins up in the air like a Beyblade, and essentially, yeah, you let it do that, and you're good to go.
It reminds me of those like pedal power toys.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Stuffed everybody's walls back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what those are. Yeah.
It's either that or like they were there because of like the Happy Meals, I'd like to say, that occurred during the time too.
Oh yeah, they did have the Happy Meal version.
Yeah.
Those weren't as destructive. The full-size versions were like, the arms were like heavy, and if you got hit, if you got hit by them, it really hurt. Which would happen often because there's no telling the trajectory of these things.
Yeah. Giving these kids a weapon and all that. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, they let us play with things that really children should not be allowed to play with. I remember
Pretty
having,
much.
I remember having like a kit that was like, you melted like little bits of aluminum and made like little trinkets out of it.
My God.
Yeah.
I
Like
think
it
I
was
might remember
battery powered. It's so dangerous.
Yeah, I think I might remember that. That's for sure.
No.
Okay, we got Gnome in. The Gnome summon. Let's go. Well, that was very quick, but at least it did damage. All right, let's go, Reid.
Eruption.
Does Farah actually have Death Blossom? Oh, but she has Mirage. Yes, let's go with Mirage. Oh no, I need Rising Dragon Strike. Okay. So,
Rising
yes.
Dragon Strike's so good.
It's so good. Yeah, I like to
It's so
start
powerful.
off. It really is. I like to start off with like Eagle Dive, then like a ground, and ended up with Rising Dragon Strike, because it's such a good ender. Except when I get caught in the air like that. Oh, Merity with the save. Thank you, Merity. You're the best. You're the best. Okay, let's get Spectacles going. All right, so far we're okay in terms of HP. Lemon Gel. All right. This fight isn't really particularly bad. Like the only issue is that like don't get caught by the what did we call those toys again? Pedal something.
Yeah, I don't remember what they were called exactly.
Yeah. Let's call it the pedal spinning move. Don't get caught by the pedal spinning move, because that's like basically an insta kill if you get caught. Yeah, yeah, there it is. Oh,
There it is.
Part 2, it actually starts to embrace that toy more by actually spinning at an angle. So, that's what happens when it starts to be a half HP at that point. So, let's see if we can get some attacks going to sort of stop it from doing that. Ah, yeah, there you go. Well, that's simple. Simple boss fight. Easy peasy.
I like how Farah also has her own little kind of slash thrust system, except it's fist and
Kick. Yeah, punch and kick.
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing about the system that's a little bit something that I almost always forget is that it's only based on how many times you use the basic move. Like, it's the basic kick and the basic punch. It's not the arts that are like kick based or punch based. So if you keep using those, then you're not going to level them up as much as you should.
Huh.
Yeah. When was the last time you played Eternia? I curiosity.
Oh. The last time I played it was like actually maybe a month ago. I was playing it for a friend, but we really only got to like maybe a couple hours into Celestia, or maybe not even a couple hours, like maybe an hour into Celestia, before they had to go home.
Yeah.
And then we never picked it back up, and yeah, like that friend in particular is just like has some feelings about Eternia that are like has like a negative association, and like it's gonna be a while before that friend is like ready to play Eternia again. But it wasn't too long ago. But no, I didn't know that about that it was. I've never like really closely paid attention to like what gets your stats up. I've just noticed every once in a while you get the fist goes up, and then kick goes up.
Yeah. Were you playing multiplayer, or were you just playing it for them?
I was just playing it for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
So.
I've only.
Oh no! I was just pointing something out a little quickly here. Basically, we're just setting off the towers here with the phrases that we picked up. Because a little bit of puzzle here before we get to the final part here and meet up with Belir. Ay. Final part here, meet up with Belir. But sorry, continue, Leach.
Oh no, that there wasn't really much to say. I just we left it like such a, I guess, early part of the game that if I was gonna play it again, I'd probably start from the beginning.
Yeah, and Eternia is like the kind of game that could let you do that basically because it's so short. Let's see here. I think we rest here. Yes, good old camping. Good old camping that they bring back to Tales of Arise.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be kind of like this where you have designated camp spots, or I admittedly haven't. Yeah, I admittedly haven't like been looking too much in it because
Fair enough.
I'm one of those people that just the less I know about a game, the more excited I get about it.
Yeah, no, I understand completely. But I guess
that's fair.
Yeah.
I guess like with the Tales of Arise, yes, it will have camps, but I will say no more. Bear to experience.
Yeah, I really only learn things peripherally depending on what people are talking about on Twitter.
Yeah.
Um.
Alright, let's see if we can knock it out right here.
Man,
Oh, whoa!
those-
I was not paying attention to my HP. Oops.
Uh-oh.
Those Reapers, I remember like when you first encounter them in this game, like are terrifying. It's
Yes.
in that forest, isn't it?
Yes,
That forest is honestly like nightmare fuel.
Yeah, I can see that. Because I think the map also has like the Reapers like going around on the field, so it's like they can also damage you there too.
They can suck your soul out of your body.
Yeah.
Or your health, I guess. But the same.
Your hard point, your HP, your health points.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting how the story is like behind the Garakia forest in Symphonia is really similar to like the reality of what the forest is like in Eternia.
Huh, that's another connection I never made. Nice.
Yeah, like the whole story about like the land is soaked with the blood of criminals that came to this forest.
Yeah.
And their ghosts feed on your energy or something like that. And the made up story that Zelos is telling the kids. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, that reminds me of something.
I didn't make that connection. Good catch, Leach. Good catch. Huh. And it's like, it's kind of like a thing in Vesperia 2 at the very beginning, where you have those woods as well. So like, they carried those stories over 3 different games. What do you know?
Yeah. Tales really likes to reference itself.
Oh, it really does. That's why it's all the more good, good treats, good fan service for like fans throughout the series. Yeah. Let's see here. I hate these enemies. Run away. All they do is fire lasers. Get out of here. We're done. We're done with these. We don't technically need to keep fighting anyway, so we're good. Actually, well, there is the one boss fight, so we gotta make ourselves ready for Belir after all. Like this, it's gonna be a pretty rough one. That's why I kind of want to save my resources as we unlock the gate to the door here. But these guys, these folks want to fight. Let's keep on going. More freeze lances for days. Same with Eruption. Did we learn Death Blossom? Not quite. All right. How many 2D games would you say you've played? Out of curiosity, Eric.
How many 2D games?
Yeah.
Good question. I think I spent a lot of time on like the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance scene, and I think that some of my favorite games were things like Advanced Wars 2 or like Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced, the original Fire Emblem for the Game Boy. Leach, I can hear your cat crying from in here.
Yeah. I think maybe he was asking about the Tales of games.
Oh! No.
Yeah, but that's okay. Cool. Advanced Wars is pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't think any of the Tales games that I've ever played have been 2D. I think I got into it a bit too late for that.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Which one would you say would, I know you're still in the middle of the 4 Tales game run and whatnot, but outside of, like, let's say, like, if you had the time after that, like, which 2D game would you tackle first, then?
I would... Oh, God. You know what? No, I know the answer to this. I would want to try Fantasia.
Ooh.
Because Leach is so in love with Fantasia. I just want to sort of see what it's all about because they've hyped, I shouldn't say they've hyped it up, but like it's something that they're so incredibly passionate about, and when you hear Leach talk about Fantasia, you can't help but want to play it and want to know more about it. And you know, Fantasia is a huge part of what we do at Maple Gel every year, especially during Conline. We've had playthroughs of Fantasia. We watched the Fantasia OVA, so
Does this mean Belir is dead?
getting to play Fantasia, I think would be a really cool experience, especially because I have someone to Leach to go to, like Leach to go to, and be like, oh my god, this thing just happened, or oh my god, I hate Douse, or I don't hate Douse. I don't know.
Oh, you're gonna go to Leach and say you hate Douse?
Oh dear.
I'll do it.
No, it's valid. It's valid. He's very self-absorbed.
All right,
I'll
so
walk
in
two doors
certain
down and
ways.
hey Leach,
Oh,
hate Douse.
so it's you. It's been a long time, Meredy.
I see. Sorry, we just got to a big reveal, but I thought this was going to be much later, so I apologize for the timing of this, but here we learned that Belir is actually...
Giselle is
A
Balir's
corpse.
consort.
Yeah.
Well then.
Consort?
Twist.
You mean Balir's wife?
And this is the
Are you the one
true
causing the
mastermind
grand fall?
behind all this. Chazelle.
Of course. Could any other?
But why?
Yes,
What
we
is
need to
the
figure out
value
what's
in a
going
world
on here.
choking in the miasma of its own sickening desire?
Why must you cause a grand fall? Okay, so the grand fall, sorry, was something that was introduced at the very beginning of the game. It's the reason why Meredy went to the world of Inferia, where Reid, Farah, and Keel are. And basically, it's like some sort of huge catastrophe that's gonna cause both the planets to collide.
It's rebirth.
And
Belir and I will allow
yeah,
none
that's
to
why they're
stand
here
in
to
our
pick
way.
up all the Kramels, the spirits, and stop
So we
Belir,
have
but
no
now we have to
choice
stop Chazelle.
But to fight.
Oh, before we fight,
Shoot her?
Max?
let's go, Max!
Looks like I was a step late for the big dance. Leave Balir to me.
Go for it.
Yeah, sure, you can take him.
You got it, Max. I believe in you, Max. You got this.
No matter. Victory will be mine. Charge!
Go for it.
Fool.
Equality.
Oh no.
Max,
Well, he
are
tried.
You all right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Not much for small talk,
All
is
right.
she?
It's time for the kids to
Let's
handle
do it.
this.
A waste
Enough
of
time, adults. Let's go. All right. So Chazelle here is gonna be particularly interesting because Chazelle is the one who is behind the grand fall. Let's get things going here with the okay.
She's
What?
not playing around.
God is okay.
Oh my.
All right.
Oh
Well.
my.
Okay. All right. This is very interesting. What was that right over there? Let's see what's going on there. Oh, I have no idea what that was. But in any case, what are you trying to do? Delay me? Delay me? Wait. What's next? What's next? Oh, you're gonna summon another one. How do you have all these people here? Like. All right. Let's try and. Well, we tried. We tried. But unfortunately.
That you can't win.
Yeah, it's a fight you can't
Did I
win.
hope?
Okay, I was about to, like, for a moment, I was like, throw a life battle! What's going on?
Did not wish to
No, we use all of our life bottles.
of you, but you give me no choice.
Yeah, no, Chazelle didn't want to waste time. Started off with the Mystic Art, and basically wiped out the entire party, for the most part.
Fight.
Oh, this is a big moment.
Ras? How?
Your powers
It's our
are
pal
no
slash
match for
not
your
our
Aurora
pal
art.
anymore.
Run!
Ras.
Kinda pal. We were sort of
Hi, Ras.
pals,
How would
but we're
you
not
know?
pals.
Too late. I say again, vanish yonder into Vattenkeist.
Vattenkeist. Yeah,
The
good line.
baptism of the Aurora.
Oh, here we
Face
go.
the baptism of the Aurora.
Wall.
So there's a lot that's going to be revealed to us at this point. The Aurora Wall, the Aurora Art. Like, we learned about the Aurora Art earlier, but then we don't know too much more about it. But I guess Raz has the power of the Aurora Art as well. And there goes.
Hi.
That's
You broke him.
hilarious.
Of course you think it's funny.
And, like, just like this, like, slowly timed corpse just plopping over. Okay, this game is everything now. I should play this game. I'll add it to my list.
All right.
I'll add it to my list after I finish Abyss, because I know that if I add another game before Abyss, Nikki will kill me.
I think I've suggested that. Okay. Alright, so this is a big turning point in Act 2. I still want to say this, we're still around the... Actually, would this be Act... No, I'd say this is still around Act 2-ish.
Am I alive?
Because we're about to realize what we can do about
Hey,
the
is
new
everyone
antagonist
alright?
who suddenly showed up in front of us. Meredy! Wake up!
I wonder.
I wonder why.
Keel's awake,
I'm okay too.
but
Yeah, I'm okay too.
he's okay as well. I'm glad we're all okay here. Alright, Farah!
Farah! No!
No.
Oh, Farah. Farah, wake up!
Aw.
Farah's good.
Reid?
Farah's
What's
fine.
wrong?
Farah will make it. Let's go, Farah. Let's go, team. How did we survive this?
What's wrong?
What do you what's wrong?
How did we survive a full impact of Aurora art?
Very good question. Wait, is it supposed to be Baten Kaidos? Really? Oh, that's really cool.
Love that
That's
game
really cool.
so much.
Apparently, Baten Kaidos was supposed to be Baten. You know what? That does bring some things to what I look at with regards to the Melniks of this game. But anyway, that'll be for another time.
Like, I love, like,
Why?
that game on the
Why did you save
GameCube
us?
has one of my favorite OSTs. The voice
There was
acting sounds like they're
something I
all
needed to
talking out of a pipe,
give you.
but that's a whole other... Oh no, if you play this game, like, the OST is beautiful, and I love it. I think Sakuraba's best work.
Seyfert key?
However, I don't know what was going on in that booth. I don't know what happened on the day, but,
This
like,
light.
everyone just sounds like they're talking out of like one of those like tin cans that has a string attached to another tin can. You listen to it because your friends are sending you like messages.
What is Aurora anyway? What does it have to do with me?
Meet with Galanos. He will tell you the rest. It looks like...
Sorry, I can't comment too much about bots and Kaidos. It's more so like the translation of the world that Chazelle mentioned is it's supposed to be translated as bots and Kaidos for some reason. I never knew that. Yeah.
For that purpose.
Oh, poor Raz.
Raz!
Raz!
Raz.
No!
So...
Sheila, you didn't even know Raz.
Alright. You okay there, Farah? I know it's a bit of a rough moment, especially considering the dialogue we've had with Raz in the past.
Oh, are you a Raz Farah shipper?
I generally, I'm not too much of a shipper anymore as I used to be, but...
I was just kidding.
I know.
But
I appreciate what this game presents, essentially, between the relations between folks.
Yeah, I did really like... It was really interesting to watch them converse in those scenes, and then, you know, to watch everything unfold afterwards, up to this point, and be like, oh, she kind of influenced him a lot in those cutscenes.
Yeah.
Which is really great, but also really sad.
Then,
yeah, I mean, well, if it weren't for that, then the team would have been saved. So I think Raz did what he wanted to do at the end of the day, but it is an unfortunate
That's why
outcome.
you've been so determined.
Yeah.
Also, we learn here that Chazelle is Verity's mother too.
Are we really that unreliable? Can't you trust us?
But sorry, you were saying?
If you don't trust me,
Oh no,
how
I
am
was just
supposed
about to
trust
point out
you?
that we just learned that Merity is
Chazelle's
daughter.
Yeah. Did I say it wrong? I didn't point it out properly, did I? Anywho, but yeah, like this is also another big reveal, and Keel is interrogating Merity again, but he's not as interrogative. He still goes for like he has a bit more of a kinder approach to it compared to back at the beginning of this game when Keel was constantly interrogating Merity a lot.
Was Chazelle always like that?
Valir and Chazelle, they were kind long ago.
Long time ago.
Long ago. But Merity remembers warm, light memories.
The thing with Merity and her relationship with her parents was certainly like a good point for me in this game as well. So many things about the childhood of these characters and how like it influences them as they're like growing later on, like from what we were talking about yesterday. It's so good, so good.
This may all be tied in with the Aurora art.
Right. Once we meet Galanos, we might learn something.
Yes, let us meet with Galanos and figure things out again. Alright. So, we're gonna head off to, Luishka, all the way, where was it again? Where's Luishka? I keep forgetting where Luishka is. It's somewhere close by. Right over here. Cool. Oh, Tails, oh, Tails, oh, Tails. We are officially at the halfway point of this marathon. This is day 5 of me playing Tales of games for 12 hours straight a day.
Oh my god.
Hey, we're going. We keep on pushing through. Let's get Tales of Eternia going. And honestly, like, again, I was really looking forward to playing this game because compared to the 3, I feel like I kind of like the narrative this one most out of the 3 that were voted for. Vesperia, I'm kind of like, it is what it is. Berseria, it's like, it's okay, but this game, I'm like, I really like what this game presents in this narrative, and of course, the gameplay is also good to come back to with regards to how 2D games are all about and whatnot. So I really like going back to these old games specifically because of what they represent for the series as you keep pushing forward. What's this? Wait, this is the station, isn't it? Oh no, okay, I'm in the right place. Luishka. Alright.
Oh, they don't even let you walk in. They just take you straight to them.
Yeah, we're starting off with the cutscene here. Yeah, we're gonna get a bit of an exposition dump here. Particularly with the Seyfert key. Ah, this game. So this is what the whole thing about Febrio was at the start of the game. Like, I know we learned about it a bit, I want to say yesterday, when we spoke with Galnos for the first time, but when it came to the Febrio and whatnot, and what is actually fully revealed as the Aurora art, this is where it's Reid's time to shine, basically. So,
oh yeah.
We got the Dark Aurora, we got the Divine Aurora. Dark Aurora is Nerid, while the Divine Aurora is Seyfert. So essentially, we're gonna like remember back when it was all about polarizing forces and whatnot, and essentially see if we could neutralize the Aurora art, the Dark Aurora, as Meredy is demonstrating right here to show that Reid has the same Febrio that Ras did. Particular people being having the power to do so, and what Reid can do with it, basically. So we have trials to go through, and Ras did not complete all of the trials, so that's why he wasn't able to protect us, essentially, like all the way through. There you go, Reid. This is completely unexpected. Like, well, it comes a bit out of left field, because Reid isn't usually the type to sort of, like, take the initiative. Like, especially established in Act 1. It's mostly all about, like, Farah, who takes the initiative more than anything else. And Reid's like, why do I have to come with you? So, it's cool that, like, Reid here is the one who's like, alright, we're here to do this. Let's keep on going. I'm here. I have the power. Let's just figure this out now. And the team agrees. Do you all nod to agree? The 2D games where we all nod to agree? I like the 2D games where we all nod to agree. You know what's up. You know what's up. A couple of nodders. Okay, we gotta go to Tim's show first. Okay. I think I'm getting everything right here with regards to how things are going.
Thinking about something?
Oh, Galno's voice is still, like, consistently good in this game.
Yeah, I am. Why did Ras save
Still
us?
one of my favorites, that's for sure.
Ras felt grateful to you. You taught him to see the world as it is, with unclouded eyes.
That can't be! Ras was the one who did all the teaching.
He said that he had changed too. That he had
This is where we learned what you were talking about.
Ruled by no
from
one,
before, where Ras learned from Farah.
2 feet.
Mm.
So, when he saved you, it was for the sake of the world. Ras wanted to save the world.
He wanted to save the world too?
You inspired him,
Ras
Farah.
did not die in vain. Isn't that so?
Yes, I won't
Never
let
played
it
the
be
old
in vain.
Sprite Tales games.
Not on
These
my
look
life.
amazing. Yeah, I definitely recommend giving them a play whenever you can. Unfortunately, there's not too many 2D games that are very particularly available from a localization sense, but see if you can find some on eBay or wherever else you can find your games and whatnot, because they're definitely worth the visit, especially when you consider how the battle system is more so like on a 2D plane, so you're given more you're given a different challenge and approach, essentially. So I definitely recommend playing the 2D games, that's for sure. Tinsha, we're hitting all the way
With
there.
some of what like we've already talked about with price points or translation or anything, do you guys have any suggestions of like emulators or other places that those of us who don't have copies might be able to get
Yeah.
Have I tasted it?
I think discussion about distribution of that is a thing that I can't really talk about. For emulators, there should be some ways to find them, but for the actual games to play, that's a different matter, unfortunately.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I just hope Namco re-releases these games one day, because they need more
That's what I've
exposure.
been hoping for a long time.
Yeah. It does sound like they're intending to do so, especially for like in terms of re-releasing and localizing, at least based off of what I've heard from the recent Tales of News that's come out. It does sound like if Arise does well, that they'll have more leeway to kind of go revisit some of the older games and bring them to newer fans that maybe didn't have the opportunity.
On Arise.
Which, honestly, like the hype around it leads me to believe that it'll do really well, and not just with like longtime Tales of fans. I've noticed a lot of people that have never touched a Tales game in their life are very interested in Arise and what it could possibly hold for them. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing with that is that like it is really good. Like the promotion for Tales of Arise has been very good compared to other titles. I would like to say, like they're I feel like Bamco really understood the response to Tales of Vesperia when they announced it one day at E3, and because of that, they're like, wait a second, these Western conferences, this might help us. So finally,
Yeah.
I know, right? It's been so intriguing seeing the timeline of these Tales games, because following the news of these Tales games is like the mid 2000s. Like all it is just like they just do the Japanese Tales of festivals and all that, and it's rarely promoted outside of Japan. But compared to back then, compared to now, especially when we have 4 years of no like new Tales game or something like that, like it's really cool to see that Bamco is really committed to making sure that the West knows. Like Gamescom, we had the announcement of Tales of Luminaria. Like these are like the things that are like the steps that Bamco is taking to get Tales of to be well known, and they're doing a very good job with regards to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way about it.
all those games that we lost throughout the years, like no ports of Rebirth, no Tales of Destiny 2.
The disaster after Vesperia 360 came out. And just I felt like it really just, it was very interesting that they decided to bring over this Tales game on the Xbox 360 of all consoles. And, like, people in the West who traditionally play JRPGs don't necessarily own an Xbox 360. So
not really what that console was known for.
Yeah, it was, because if you're a Final Fantasy fan, you're not gonna have an Xbox. At least back then, unless unless you're kind of an all-platform kind of gamer that can afford to have every console. I know that when Vesperia was announced, my brother and I had to really scrape together funds to get an Xbox 360, and
I hear you.
Just so we could play.
So you could play, yeah. So like the thing about it though, like you mentioned that, Leach, and I definitely understand like with regards to JRPGs and whatnot, but like Vesperia 360 was on the same level as I like to say Symphonia, when things were like announced and essentially when they were released on the platforms on those years, like 2004 for Symphonia, 2008 for Vesperia, they were on consoles, like you said, that didn't have a lot of JRPGs. Well, it wasn't good for JRPG fans. On the other hand, for those who do own like a GameCube or a 360, who craved a JRPG but didn't have it, the Tales games really made more fans because of those releases. Like
that is true. I do remember, before the Tales games were more multi-platform, that a lot of people were like really glad that they got to play Tales of Vesperia because they didn't have a PlayStation 2 and they couldn't play Tales of the Abyss or Tales of Legendia, or any of the PlayStation games because they weren't able to invest in those consoles, or maybe they were children at the time. And
yeah,
Max, what are you doing?
He's flexing. It's a literal 2D flex. Like, I tell you, Max is one of the best characters right here. 2D flexing. Did he join us? All right. Please take care of Day-Day. Remember, Day-Day doesn't like pickles in the hamburgers.
Yep.
But yeah, it was an interesting time as well. I think the thing that kind of stopped the localizations, I want to say, is Dawn of the New World. They were really pushing it for it to be the sequel of Symphonia, but I think because of it being on the Wii, it's not a bad thing. But
I think people just didn't like it. Sadly.
Which is unfortunate.
I don't share that opinion, but I know that there are a lot of people who do share that opinion, and part of it is because it was supposed to be a sequel, but people really wanted to see the original characters a lot more.
Yeah.
And weren't really interested in the new characters. Which
we went back. We replayed it not long ago for an Extra Life, and I was kind of surprised and a little bit impressed. Like, I had a fairly negative opinion of it. And found myself enjoying it when we were playing it, and that was good. It helped me kind of reevaluate, and I think a big part of the problem was, like you guys are saying, it was really sold as this sequel. And so when the bar was set at Symphonia, it was just so disappointing in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So it's not like a bad game, but it was kind of foolish of them to release that with some objective problems. Like, I know I've heard people talk about serious budget issues, or that it was just kind of halfway through a total reskin of a different game. There was a lot that wasn't right about it for them to really put a lot of hope on it being the next big thing.
I wouldn't quite say it's like they were trying to make it the next big thing in Japan, I want to say, but for localization wise, they probably, for the budget, for the localization, it might have taken a bit much out of them, and the returns may not have done too well, for the localization side of things. But because they did the thing where it's they started doing mocap, motion capture cutscenes. That was the first game to start doing it.
Yeah.
And
that's an investment, and
I want to say it works in Japan, but it didn't work outside of Japan.
Yeah, it wasn't something that I guess people were really receptive to, because I thought it looked kind of silly, these cartoon characters that were trying to do, the physical movements of an actual human being, and it didn't come off. There was something along the way that didn't translate quite well.
Okay.
Even though it was a lot more dynamic, I feel like it was definitely in its early stages and came off as a little awkward, especially when Western gamers were already so accustomed to plenty of games that did mocap for their animation that had already kind of mastered it, like Devil May Cry, and plenty of action games that also do mocap, and it's just it felt a little weird. I always think of the scene of Richter shaking Emil by his shoulders.
I remember that one. Well, actually that one wasn't quite mocap though. I think that was still like a regular cutscene, but yeah. That one looks. That wasn't even mocap. That was just look awkward in like in the normal cutscene. But yeah,
I can believe that.
Yeah. But no, you bring up a very good point. Leach. Because, yeah, I could definitely see the Western. Wow, says Reid. I can see the very Western response to that, especially when you compare it to games like Devil May Cry. And plus, it certainly doesn't help when, like, yeah, it does have the stigma of it being a sequel. Like, I always say that Dawn of the New World is a good standalone game. It's just not a good sequel, I'd like to say. Because...
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah,
and there are plenty of people that have played Dawn of the New World first, and they just absolutely adore it. I've spoken to many people, like throughout the years at Maple Gel Con, where like their first Tales of game was Dawn of the New World, and it got them into Tales, and so it's like definitely like you get a completely different impression from playing it as a standalone versus playing it as a sequel.
Yeah. And I even know people who don't like Symphonia when they play Dawn of the New World. They like it better too. So it's like, whatever Dawn of the New World was, it is fine. But if you're a Symphonia enthusiast, you're probably not looking for what you're looking for when you play it. And that's basically what caused the 4-year drought when with the localizations. Geez, right after Dawn of the New World, there were no localizations until they took a chance on Europe again.
Yeah.
Alright, we're picking up a new skill for Max here because we found the pink Miakiss, the Miakiss of Fortune.
Aww. I
Very
love
adorable.
the Miakiss. They're so cute.
Yeah. Kind of makes you wonder what the heck a Quickie is, because Quickie is not a Miakiss. Quickie is like just Quickie, I guess.
Yeah, Quickie is just Quickie.
Yeah.
And you don't see any other... Is he flexing for the Miakiss?
Yeah, of course.
That's
He's
amazing.
Powering up. He's powering up.
It attacked him.
Oh yeah. This is all intentional. Max knows what he's doing. See? He has an idea for a new skill because of this whole event. It doesn't matter to him. Doesn't matter at all. Airblade! Yeah. This is good. This is good. Alright, so Airblade is going to be a good skill for us to use later on after Burning Skill, which was our first answer to the question from earlier. Airblade pierces through, but it still travels on the ground, so make sure your enemy is grounded when you have it. But yeah, like, those 4 years were really rough. Like, I think I was at a point where I was thinking about leaving Tales for a bit, and it actually worked. I was, like, out for, like, a year and a half, and then I ended up coming back around 2013 after Grace's F came out. Like, Europe really did a good job keeping the series afloat thanks to the risk that Bamco took again with Tales of Grace's F.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, I remember, like, and it was while Tales of Xillia, was it before it came out, but it was after they started marketing for it. I can't remember the timeline exactly. But it definitely wasn't available in the West, obviously, but, like, I just remember there being like it was like Tales Fest or something, or some game conference where Bamco made like an announcement, and they used like the font from Tales of Grace's F's title screen.
Yeah.
And it made people flip out.
Of course.
People lost their minds. There were all these conspiracy theories immediately coming out, and that was really exciting. I remember that.
Yeah. Like, they really took that risk with that Tale of Two Richards, is what they called it, around early 2011, I want to say. And it was, like, cool to see that, like, that image slowly undistort itself and become Tales of Grace Stuff is coming. It's like, what? Like, all Tales fans were, like, going crazy the day that was announced. Like, oh, man. And yeah, it was during a time when Exilia wasn't announced for localization either. It's like, oh, well, I guess we're not getting any more Tales of games. Tales of Graces! Oh, thank you, Bamco. Thank you, Bamco, for taking the risk. That's why we're here and getting a rise.
Yes.
Alright, so we're going to be running into the first Seyfert Trial, and this is where the game gets really good, I want to say. Like, the Seyfert Trials are still my favorite, like, development pieces in the series, mostly because, like, it's what was I looking for? It's like, it's the best case of gameplay and story integration I like to see in video games in general, and Eternia does a really good job with these trials.
Oh, Merity. You tripped a long way. You took a very long trip.
Oh, Keel. Don't be pissing Merity off. It's a very long trip. Had a nice fall. Anywho. Let's head on in, Reid. Looks like he's the one who can make it. Alright. Here it comes. Like, my favorite parts. What was that?
I said famous last words.
Famous last words.
Reid going back in a book. It's okay, I'll come back, I promise.
I got it.
Alright. Oh, this. The voice of this messenger. Have you noticed, Leach? Like, it's like another character.
What's going on
in this game that we just saw?
Yeah, it is.
It has to be intentional. Like, it makes, like, I don't know how it is in Japanese.
Well, he does point it out too.
Okay, so it must be intentional because, like, if the voice is the same in Japanese, then
the hell are you?
It makes me wonder. Like,
yeah. Well, I wonder if it's because it almost these trials very much are centered around Reid's life experiences, and I wonder if the reason why the messenger has this voice
I'll pass any trial you throw at me
is
yeah,
because of that.
I want to say it's more like it's because Reid is the one who's doing the trials, but the trials are more so to give Reid perspective. As opposed to his life experiences. This first one,
well,
I love this first one.
Why defeat
but sorry, continue.
Yeah. That's kind of what I meant. I think I phrased it a little awkwardly, but yeah, it's based off of like
all of Eternia.
His perspective in life and changing perspective in order to kind of teach him.
Yeah, and I love this first one so much because they built it up so well. It's like, oh, it's such a nothing thing at the beginning of the game, but then when it happens, it's like, oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
There are people I love that live in this world.
It's all about Reid being a hunter. Reid is a hunter. He hunts to live. He loves to hunt. He loves to know about his which meats are the right meats to eat, things like that. That's why he always has like a bottomless belly. Oh, it's gonna be good. What's the feathers? Reminds me of Department of Heaven, but anywho. Obscure reference aside, let's jump right into this. There we go. Oh, I always love these scenes every single time I see him. Yes,
What?
you are now Egg Bear.
What? Oh my god.
Oh, yes.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
I love the voice acting for the egg bear. It's so great.
Yeah. Oh, if, like, we went through this dungeon earlier in the game, and for good reason too. Like close to the very beginning of the game.
I had no idea something like this happened in any of the Tales games.
Oh, it definitely happens right here. Oh my
This
gosh.
is fun.
Well, it's fun at first. This explains so much, so many things.
Oh, he went down so fast.
Right?
It's like disturbing how fast he goes down.
Yeah. If you put up a bear
You're
against
an
a
egg
human.
bear.
Alright. Let's see if we could go outside, actually. Maybe he's out there. Oh, let's not head towards the light. Okay, so... Right. For those who are making the connections for the very beginning of the game, I think you know what's going to happen next. This was so clever. Like, you're playing as this creature for this exact scene that happened at the very beginning. Nice little touch, Merides and Melnix, because you don't have the Aura's earring.
Neosonic Swarm! Neosonic Swarm!
Yeah, so this fight is the exact same boss fight that we fought like in Act 1, where we essentially was our mini boss fight to get Reid and Keel to understand each other. But now this seems being used from a different perspective. Poor Egg Bear. Adios, Egg Bear. And it's such a normal conversation that they're having. It's like, you saw this all the way back in Act 1, but now it's like... Now it's like you're seeing it from a different perspective. It's simple, but this is what... Well, you'll see what happens.
This is... What? You're the messenger of Seyfert.
You have returned alive.
Wait a minute. Was that the trial?
So yeah, the trials, like, they aren't even big fights, they're just emotional journeys for Reid.
They are that which you are
Essentially. There are some fights along the way, but for the most part, it's to have that whole...
Hunter. I had to do that to live.
Yeah, it adds perspective for Reid, essentially.
No one can blame you for what you have done. Facing the truth in time. Those will be your trials.
Interesting.
And because you're playing as the Egg Bear from the one that you killed at the beginning, you're feeling it in the battle because you're playing as the Egg Bear against the two people who you controlled during that fight as well.
You have overcome Seyfert's first trial. Receive the Aurora Wall.
And this is where Reid fully begins his development, I'd like to say.
Quasi-space barrier.
Oh, that was the skill Ras protected us with.
Now, seek the path to your next.
You saw that ellipses, right? I saw that ellipses. I know it. I see it.
Will I become a monster again?
The trials are not predetermined. It simply opens a passage to the conflict within your own heart.
It begins. The Seyfert Trials. And we now have the Aurora Wall, which is a gameplay mechanic. Press circle, X, and square at the same time when your HP is low. Should be similar to other commands everybody might be familiar with in later Tales of games. The one example I'll use is Tales of Symphonia, where you can use Falcon's Crest with Lloyd. This is where it starts, that 3-command thing.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so it's a lot more foundations and whatnot that this game sets up for later games in the series.
Can't get over him flinching when he sees everyone as he comes out of the...
Right? Right? It's the little things. It's the little things of this game. It's like straight up scared of them. Just for a brief moment. But it's okay. You're no longer an egg bear for now. You have grown, Reid. You have grown from not understanding about the animals you kill to now being slightly aware as a hunter. Way to go. Way to go, Reid. Alright. Oh, and I like Farah. Like, this is also the planting the seeds of like just thinking about what Reid is doing now. It's the little things like that. Alright. I think we have about maybe 20 or so minutes of this session. Is there anything anybody would like to share with regards to Maple Gel or what's being on screen or Tales or anything in general? Any plugs, any websites? Because I know you have a maplegelcon.com, so as you see on the screen there. You also have the Discord invite as well. Is there anything else you'd like to add in?
Yes, our Patreon. It really helps make Maple Gel the best that it can be. All the community support is always something that we'd love to see. And by joining our Patreon, you get a lot of really cool perks, like monthly brand new drawings of our new mascot that are exclusive to you.
Yeah.
You can probably find some other cool stuff there, can't you, Leach?
Yeah, there's also a monthly coloring page that is not made by me, but our other guild leader, Art, or you may know them as Kayla. Are we doing... We discussed doing a Maple cast, which would be our own podcast, where we discuss Tales of in depth a little more. We still haven't quite decided on a schedule for release, but it is something that we were looking forward to adding to the Patreon for patrons to get early access to on a most likely a bi-monthly basis, but yeah, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would also maybe we'll just mention that we also have a Twitch, and that like Eric, I believe, mentioned earlier in the stream, we do Extra Life every year, so that'll be coming up again pretty soon. It's in this November, I believe.
Okay.
So we will be doing like a 24-hour straight stream of Tales games. So anybody who's enjoying this marathon that you're doing might be interested in checking that out as well. So it's, correct me, Eric, from our Maple Gel Guild is our Twitch account.
Twitch.tv/MapleGelGuild.
So yes, anybody interested in non-stop Tales game fun should definitely come check that out. I'm just trying to find the dates of Extra Life 2021, and it's harder than I thought it would be. Looks like November 6th is when we'll be doing that.
Okay.
So it's actually coming up pretty soon. So it's 2 months away.
On that note, we do also like to use Twitch to sometimes some of us will kind of do a stream of our individual playthroughs. So I've been playing through, as I mentioned, Tales of Fantasia, the PlayStation version, and I asked the guild to rename all the characters. So we've got some fun, interesting new names for everybody. yeah, so I've just been kind of like chipping away at that over on Twitch. And Eric, you mentioned that you were looking to continue one of your many playthroughs on Twitch, seeing as you, either was it Zisteria that you wanted to continue or Vesperia?
I think I'm going to continue Vesperia on Twitch, and then I'm playing Berseria with your spouse, and then Zestiria I'm playing on my own, and yeah, I've got a lot of Tales games on the go right now.
We also do every so often we'll get together with folks in the Discord and do a community game night. So we'll play like Gartic Phone or Among Us. Every so often, me and Kayla and maybe some extra people will play Phasmophobia and just So it's not always Tales related, but we like to get together and have fun together. So
talk about how much your Phasma runs are a riot.
It's because I don't know how to play the game.
Unfinished highlight reel, first one that just give me so much life, and it's they're so good. I gotta finish them.
All right. So the marathon that you're all planning. So that's for Extra Life. The 24-hour stream. Are you all just gonna be like rotating players, basically?
That is what we did last. Oh well.
Actually, it's tricky because we have fewer people this year than last year. I suspect will be joining us.
Yeah,
if more playtime per person.
And like if there's 4 of us, then at one point, if we get so far in whichever game we choose, we'll all be able to play.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it'll likely work that we'll have the 4 of us all playing for certain points, and then as people fade, we'll start tagging in and out while people nap. But I think we'll usually have probably 2 people going at any time.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea, especially considering how Tales of Games, you know, you got the multiplayer thing, you got the single player thing. I think that's probably the best way to go. Let's see here. So, which games are y'all gonna be playing, basically?
Oh, that's a good question.
For Extra
I don't
Life?
think did we decide? Yeah.
I think because last year what we did because of this thing called the Global Panini, we were all sort of bound to our own homes and sort of doing our own things. We each took on our own Tales game and sort of went through. But I think the first year we did it, we threw it to the guild to figure out which game to play. Right?
We did, but then we decided it was because of I made a special request.
Right.
To play Tales of Symphonia 2, just to kind of. Because right before the stream happened, I did lose my kitty, who I had named Marta. So we agreed to play Symphonia 2 to kind of honor her a little bit, which was nice. I was very touched that everyone let me kind of hijack the game choice like that. But originally, we did plan to throw it up to the guild, and I wonder if that's a good idea for this time. We should probably hold a poll.
That seems like a good plan.
A poll might be a good idea.
I mean, we will have a rise by then. I don't know how far everybody will have gotten, or if it's something we want to do, but
we can all
be new and trending.
Yeah, it'll depend on whether our like regular guild members have all played it and aren't going to get spoiled, you know.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I think it's very likely that most of them will have played it, but
yeah,
you know.
At least 20 hours in, right? You don't necessarily have to beat it for as far as we'll get during the stream.
Yeah,
that is true.
Oh, I love this little part here. It's like a Donkey Kong Country reveal. It's like,
it really is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like, sure, it's just here.
Okay, so we're gonna do a quick save here. And I think this is where we're gonna end it off for this session. Thank you all so much from the Maple Gel Guild, Nikki, Leach, Eric. Thank you all so much for taking the time out of the schedule to drop by, chill, relax, and talk some tales, and watch and experience Eternia for the first time. Very much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Of course.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll be back in 75 minutes, and we'll see how much we can wrap up of Eternia since then.